So
Hi, Cynthia.
so
Thank you
I'm
for
fine. Hi.
joining this meeting today. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to be on this meeting today. And thank you also for choosing to work with Growth Stack on the other software implementation. So during the process of this software implementation, what was your experience working with our team? What was your experience like?
Yeah, the experience has been so far fantastic. From day one, each time we have question, we also get answers from, especially from Mr. James. So most times, then when we were trying to get to when we were still in the learning process, sometimes he come down himself to check on us, like check on what we have been doing, and he says he sees our work. So, but you can see perfect now, we are no longer babies, we are using these systems on our own now. So, but if each time we encounter difficulty, most times we reach out to him, even if he's busy, like I'll call you back or drop a message, he will attend to it. So far, we appreciate him and we appreciate your team for the work and response so far. So it's really nice, and for the experience at least, we thank you, because before we do have issues of we go to flip invoices and check which customer. My boss will be like, okay, those the last time we supply, but now we can just click on the systems with the sales number, generate invoice number, and all those things. So Odoo made the platform easier for us, because before we just have a page where we create the invoice every day. So everything is just in hard copy. Though now we still print the hard copy from the Odoo, but it makes it easier. Except for just documentary purpose, we just keep those hard copies where we have customers sign on them. But for work access and all those things, so true, if like I'm the store person, I'm the one that most of the times put in the sales and other thing. So the accountant sees it, unlike before. So the platform has been so far and the experience has been fantastic. But the only challenges we are like, for example, because we sell machines and lab reagent and all those things. Sometimes customer might call you, oh, do you have this on that? You say yes, okay, we have LH. The customer might demand for 3, for example, because we are, first of all, we are in Nigeria, we are Africans, and we are not only the people dealing with the product. So it's not like a monopoly business. You get there, the customer will be like, oh, I just realized that the patient, I can no longer afford to buy 3, and I'm making do away with 2 or 1. And now, because before you left the office, you've created the invoice to give to the customer and to sign. So the challenges we are having, like all those kind of things, how, like, is there a way we can, like, okay, those kind of cells, we can delete them or delete from the admin, which is my boss, then recreate it, because most of the times now we now have that cost, that goods have left the inventory, but now it's back, it's rejected. So it's those kind of issue. So I don't know if there is a way we can like tackle it. That is a little basically of the challenges, but so far every other thing has been fantastic for now. So instead of us coming back to like repurchase the item ourselves, so all those things. So that's all for now, basically. But it has been, and the network has been okay now.
Okay, that's a good one, Cynthia. Thank you very much for your feedback. And okay, so since you started using also Odoo, you tell me now that your work has been effective. You've been able to manage your work using Odoo, right? That's a good
Yeah,
one.
easier.
That's
Like before, I do not only stock in, I purchased. So before, I have to be going to my mail to check dates. But now, the platform of purchase on Odoo, once I click on it, I see all the things I've purchased so far, the dates and everything. So it's easier to the work, because we are now in digital era. You don't need to be over flipping things to get answers and the rest. So it's easier so far. So really, we can say we appreciate the fact. So that is just the only challenges we are having so far.
So your challenges, please, can you state them again so I can take it back to my team so they see what we can do, if it's something we can work on?
Yeah, I said, like, if there is a way, maybe once you've created the item, you've confirmed, validated, it has gone. So I'm just giving instance where we have a cost, we an item is being, a customer wants to purchase item. So we basically do the invoice, because most of the times, while we do the invoice, we have customers that pay before goods leave. We have customers that pay on delivery, which you must give them the invoice. So, and most of the times, since we work with hospitals and lab, you don't go to supply to their lab. So you supply to their MD. So you supply to their head, which that is where is that whichever invoice and the amount of goods you supply, that is what they use to process your payment. So invoice is what we must give them. So that's why whenever we receive order, we must make invoice. So I'm not giving instance. We now get to the place, the customer requested for like 5 items and decide to pick 2 at the end of the day. Meanwhile, when you did your invoice, it has been validated and the goods have left the inventory. So is there a way that we can those items like return them without going through the process to like bring them in?
I think
or
the
except
process,
another
the
is
process
for
is
us not
just
to
the
validate
normal
it,
workflow. You have to bring
for
them
us
back
to
in.
okay.
Yes, that's the process. You have to bring them back in. Do you understand it? Because you already sold it. You already sold it. So you have to bring them back in so that you can get your exact balance.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the process. All right, thank you very much, Cynthia. So before using Odoo, were you using any other software in the past for your recordings?
Microsoft Word and Excel, that's all. I have them, like I have the store record, store in, store out, purchases has been Microsoft Word. All true.
So they were more like challenging to you, right?
Yeah, they are, because for example, sometimes because I'm the store person, so I'm here and here, my boss will be like, you said we have 5 this thing, how did we? So I have to go and pull it. Okay, we ordered 10. These are the customer we sold to blah 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 blah. But with Odoo, all I need is to click on the item and put in the date and other things, it appears and all those things. And him too. So because then basically he doesn't really see the things online and doesn't have time to sit down. So he creates more questions answering. But now is that mean he has the platform whenever any day or weekend he goes through the sales, he sees it on his own platform to confirm with whatever thing we was sent out. So it makes the workload kind of easier in that aspect.
So you see, Odoo
So
is something that you can access anywhere with your
yeah.
phone. You can access it from your home, wherever you are. It's
Yeah,
not something that is restricted,
but I'm
right?
still having some challenges is using phone, because I see that sometimes when you open it on your phone, because of this, the phone is not as big as system or laptop. Some icon you might not see it. Though that time I was trying to ask Mr. James, but I left it. But anyways, so far so good. It has been fantastic.
You can always reach out to us whenever you're having issues concerning anything. You can always reach out to us. Do you understand? Okay. So
So I can also, this your number. I can also reach out to you
of
if
course,
Mr. James not, maybe he's busy or something. Okay, no problem.
yes, you can always reach out to me.
No
So since you
problem.
started using Odoo, do you think it's a software that you can recommend to businesses, you can recommend to your friends, to people? And why do you think you need to recommend Odoo?
I need to recommend Odoo because I've been using it, so it's a test and proof. I need to recommend it because, for example, especially for business owners, you cannot be everywhere. You cannot, even if you are the boss or not, you cannot be everywhere, but you have an access to the soft, to the system. You can operate in and check whatever thing you are going. And because others also have a chat forum, you can also want to chat, create your WhatsApp group and all those kind of things. So everybody have their chain of work. So it makes it like, okay, I'm not in the office 2 days and a sales was created, and I just log in my Odoo 3 days later. I can actually say, oh, they sold something, they sold something, because that sales was created and the date is there. So I will recommend it because you don't have to be flipping, except for people like, I have files here, bunches of files. So which time do you have to go through everything daily? So I would recommend it for work. It makes work easier. Accountant can access his own parts. Salesperson can access his own parts. Manager can see wherever they are doing. MD can also, as the admin, access everything. So it's easier for business people for the workflow to avoid so many questions and other this thing. And with that sales number created, anyone can like, okay, go to this also sales number, check how what happened, the inventory, how the goods left is corresponding with what we all have here. So I can actually is an easier platform where you have your sales coming. You don't need to be checking. Okay, if your record is correct, you can also click on the goods to know how many goods at hand, because your brain cannot accommodate everything, in as much as you also have your personal things and other things apart from work. So our brains are not computer. So although it's easier and it's accessible, and for the fact that anyone given the particular platform to handle, anybody can come in and also this thing. So not only that, even our admin person, he also helps the admin to check in for the, like our admin also, our admin person, when you spend money, you start explaining to him, but all you need to now is to apply for those money. So they see it and it goes through accountant for approvals and all those things. So the platform is okay.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cynthia. I love this feedback I'm getting from you. Seriously, these are wonderful feedback. So, what feedback are you going to give to Growth Stack as a team working with them on this implementation of this software? I want a positive feedback. Anyways, you've been giving me a positive feedback, so I don't think you will give me a negative feedback now.
Yeah, one thing I feel, okay, the team has been working. You should, but I feel like now they need to also create more awareness, because I realize that even my colleague they've been working. I was like, you don't use you did this Odoo that I've been using since last year. When my boss came back, introduced to also, you tried to like. So I feel like there's a whole lot of companies out there that still need to be reached out with this information. You understand? So the feedback I'll give them, I know that it's not easy for them. You guys to work more on your marketing teams and all that. So many people don't know much about this photo. Yeah, people working day to day. Some might just heard it, but they've not used it. You get. To be honest with you, if not the quest for my boss, no, my boss is a Chinese. So because he's advanced. So that is why, if not him bringing Mr. James, I don't really know much about Odoo. But using it now, I have the experience and I can recommend it to someone. So I feel like there's a lot of people out there that need to be reached out to with the software to enable them work effectively the way they want. It might be a small mini business, it might be other thing. So that is the awareness should be created more to enable work, to also reduce workload, because we are Nigerian. You know how we like adding work to ourselves. You can't be flipping papers every day and other things. So companies should be able to an extent to afford the software to enable their staff work effectively. So there's one question I should not come and be answering questions of every day. Oh, what do we sold today? Should be on the platform where it can be accessible to everyone to reduce those things.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cynthia. So are we getting any recommendation from you? Of course, yes. I don't need to ask that question. So I'll be expecting that from you. I'll be waiting for you to give me numbers, contacts of those I'm supposed to reach out to, because I know with you, I can get so many contacts, right? Because you meet people on a daily basis. So I won't stop disturbing you. Trust me. until you give me someone's contact. Yes, I won't stop disturbing you. So to wrap up this meeting, Mrs. Cynthia, thank you very much for joining me on this meeting. You can always call on us. We are always on ground to support you. So for any support at all, we are always there. You can reach out to me or any other person in our team. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day.
And you too. Have a blast. Thank you so much. All right.